was in the last week of his life that it all came to a head. In the garden his father gave him a cup to drink, which caused him great mental and spiritual anguish. It was a terrible ordeal beyond description. It was his final agreement to be made sin. No one and nothing had ever been able to make him to sin, but God his Father made him into sin.
We all got to die. But some people got to suffer before they die. This is about a man. He's going to be crucified.
It was awful, but it was unavoidable. He had been born in order that he might be everything to us, and that included sin. But even that was a preliminary.
Some people die of cancer.
It was the greatest thing he ever did.
Some people die of
There in Gethsemane it was in the same realm of the mystery of himself, who and what he was, that the battle was fought. Not between himself and his Father, nor yet between himself and Satan, but within his own being. What was he to do? He could not wish to be sin. How could he desire to be the loathsome thing he hated and yet retain his own inward holiness? How could he entertain the thought of separation from his Father and still remain the faithful Son? He must desire this cup to pass from him, and the sweat rolled off him as within himself he resolved the conflict of the ages.
I don't want to be crucified. Don't want thorns on my head. I don't want walk among the dead. I don't want to be Jesus.
Outside, where all men slept in darkness and oblivion, he let out a great and often repeated cry. He sacrificed himself with strong crying and tears to his Father's will. Eventually he drank the cup, and it passed from him, and his Father sacrificed him on Golgotha for the sin of the world. He sacrificed himself in order to do it, but he took sin away from before God. Jesus took away the thing that was preventing his Father from begetting sons. God could not have the family of sons he wanted until this was done, so the Son came and did it. Sin was the reason why, before this, God had only been able to adopt and adapt other people's sons, and the reason also why Jesus' own disciples could only ever be orphans unless he went away and came to them again anew.
I can't break bread.
The seed of Satan is in the very human seed from which all men's lives develop, infecting and perverting the whole nature to sin, so that no man can possibly by these be, or because of these become, a son of God. Nothing that is of men, or has passed through the hands of men, can make a man a son of God. Religion, scriptures, education, civilization, politics, art, science, philosophy, or any of these in combination are man's way of accomplishing his purposes. Conversions, indoctrinations, persuasions, proselytizing, coercions from one state of faith or way of life to another, are of man. Regeneration is of God. He begets sons. Any conversion that is not unto total regeneration is not the genuine one God intends. It may have some points of value and benefit in it, but only as it is related unto new birth can it bring the eternal blessing it ought. In order to accomplish this, Jesus had to go so far away, so very far away perhaps than he knew himself, farther than any man had ever been.
I found out.